Hi, I'm Travis Connor, and today I'm talking about my individual subsystem prototype. Engine stakeholders have prioritized guest safety, so my subsystem focuses on closing a gate as part of the autonomous response system. The purpose of this system is to close the gate to an angle of 0 degrees, preventing dinosaurs from escaping. The main engineering requirement is that the mechanism must close the gate reliably from a distance, since the autonomous system is only designed to drive forward. This means the gate closing subsystem has to function from the side of the autonomous system. A major constraint was the force from the spring-loaded lever. While the spring provides enough energy to move the gate, it also creates a risk of damaging the subsystem if the force is not controlled. Another constraint was the angle between the subsystem and the gate. Because the subsystem approaches from the side rather than straight on, the mechanism had to transfer the motion laterally while still closing the gate to the desired angle. The subsystem consists of a mousetrap, a movement arm, a pulley, a locking wheel, a tension cable, a quarter-inch solenoid, and a plunger. When the solenoid is activated, the plunger retracts, releasing the locking wheel, allowing the pulley to unwind the tension cable. And as the cable releases, the spring-loaded movement arm extends and closes the gate. This design is feasible because the tension cable is set to a specific shortened length. That limits the arc of the movement arm, which helps prevent the gate from closing too far past the desired angle. One key trade-off was how to release the tension cable. A motor would have allowed for a more controlled release, but it would have taken up more space and could have interfered with the other subsystems. Because of that, I chose to use a solenoid. The solenoid provides a simple, reliable release action while keeping the subsystem compact. As you can see, when the solenoid is activated, the movement arm can extend, closing the gate, such as this. This prototype demonstrates that a spring-loaded lever and solenoid system can precisely close the gate to the necessary angle using the correct length for the tension cable and the movement arm. The pulley works as intended to unwind the tension cable, but is at risk of damage due to the strong force from the spring-loaded lever. The solenoid is the most consistent component of the system and is at the least risk of damage during its use because it is further away from the functioning components. Overall, this subsystem works as intended by closing the gate to the desired angle. However, the current force from the spring-loaded lever is too high and could damage the pulley cable or other subsystem components over repeated use. The next step is to add a compound gear system or another force reduction mechanism. This would reduce the impact force from a lever, protect the pulley and cable, and make the subsystem more reliable for future development.